this afternoon. But he chose to stay in his hometown of Loogootee, and they make no bones about the fact Jack has received some better offers, but he never has left because he loves the town of Loogootee, and it's where he's from. Again, Bill Green has been here before. He coached the state championship team in 1969 with the likes of George McGinnis and Steve Downing. We are ready now to start. The opening tip-off is seconds away, and the tip is controlled by Marion. Marion Pearson has the basketball. Now it's going to full shot. Pearson in the corner, moves back outside. The rebound goes to Kenny Nig of Loogootee. So Marion puts it up first and misses. And Nig across the timeline now for the Mighty Mites, as they've been called from Loogootee, the Lions. Nig on the outside now goes off to Butcher. Butcher standing. Now way out back, it goes to Nig again. Nig playing pass now with Riggins. Butcher has it in the corner. He can't get the ball away. Back it and goes out to their playmaker, Kenny Nig. Back to Riggins. Back to Nig. Now Butcher gets it on the other side. Kenny Nig, their playmaker. Double team temporarily. Gets back out to Riggins now. And it's going to be play basketball here. They're going to look for the good shot. As they play, Butcher has it. Now there's a turnover on the Loogootee Lions. Well, Loogootee gets the basketball, trying to slow down offense, and immediately they turn it over. Jack Butcher is just over to our left. We're behind the Marion basket in this first half, and I don't think Jack Butcher sat down during the entire game this afternoon, or he's starting off this night game about the same way, but then I wonder if I can sit down either. Ball's knocked out of bounds by Loogootee. Marion will get it back. About a minute gone here. About a minute gone in this game so far. There's no score. Marion with the basketball. Lester has it right now. Lester off to Acord now. Acord bounce pass and goes into Harris. Harris shot no good. Rebound goes to the corner to Loogootee. They get the deep rebound. It goes off to Kenny Riggins. Riggins shells it off to Bill Butcher, the coach's son. Out to Kenny Nig. Back to Butcher. Butcher on near the baseline. Out top it goes to Nig. Now it goes down the wall. The big guy who really put out for him this afternoon. Kenny Nig now. Driving toward the lane. Pass goes back out now to Riggins. Butcher has it at the top of the key on the left-handed dribble. Goes back to Nig. And Loogootee with a slow offense. Disciplined offense. Looking only for the best of shots. The ball is, they attempt to get the ball inside thematically, but the ball is kicked away by Marion. Loogootee will get it back. Still no score as the tension is high here at Market Square Arena. You can feel the electricity in the air in the state championship game. Nig, Butcher, takes the shot, won't take it. Now drives left-handed dribble, passes off underneath, puts it up and in. Kenny Mattingly. And basket is good. Mattingly is fouled. Ken Mattingly, Bill Butcher, unselfish ball player that he is, had the layup. Passed off to the better shot. The better shot was Mattingly. Fantastic pass. Mattingly gets it in and gets the foul. We'll have a chance now to put Loogootee up 3-0. It's 2-0 now, and make that 3-0 as it bounces in. Ken Mattingly 3 and Marion nothing now. 6 minutes left in the first quarter. Just a couple of minutes down in this game. Marion, number 2 ranked all season. Bill Lester. Lester to Harris. Harris for 15% shot is good. Nothing but net that time for Harris. 3-2. Loogootee by 1. Marion may have been number 2 ranked during the season, but as far as they're concerned, it's all equal out there tonight. You got to go through quite a bit to get to this game. Both teams are deserving of it. Back in the corner, Butcher, long jump up from the corner, is off the front of the rim, no good. Wall gets it back. 5-footer by Wall, no good. Rebound, back forward, jump ball. I believe. Coming on strong against Lebanon. Minutes left in the first quarter. Coach team to this way. Left hand to put it back down to Bishop. Loogootee fans are screaming over to our right. This game is phenomenal. The back of the gun, and it goes off the ball, and I look for underneath. Stuck on the baseline. In the first quarter. No good. Off the horn.
A three-point lead with 6:34 to play here in the second period. Loogootee has the basketball, and Bob described him suddenly run and gun because Butcher had put up 2 from 20 feet. He runs his man into the screen on the far side. Mattingly fires from the baseline off the heel of the rim, and a battle underneath and a personal foul call. The foul charge underneath to Riggins. And on Mark Riggins, personal foul number 1. That exceeds foul number 5.
And again, they brought the ball down the floor, and just in a matter of seconds, they had it in the air. They seem to have a winning combination going. It worked for them this afternoon. As I talked to Coach Butcher after the game, he said that they will come out and they will just try to slug it out with people. But the strategy, tournament-wise, has been to lay back, has been to be a very, very patient, wait-and-see type of ball club. Suddenly here, they've decided to come out of that, and suddenly they're down by 3.
Of course, when you're behind, it's awfully tough to lay back, too. Here's the free throw up and good by Doug Harris. He has his third point of the evening. And it's 11-7. And now,
First again, they weren't behind until they started to come out and gun like that.
here's the free throw by Harris. It's good again. He has 4 in the ball game, and it's 12-7. The Giants of Marion. They had their biggest lead of the game at 5 points. Nig to the point. Pulls up, looked at his shot, and didn't fire it. Left side with it for Riggins. Out of the key for Nig again. Nig starts to penetrate. Drops it back out to Bill Butcher. Butcher for Nig. Nig holds and looks. Right side for Billy Butcher. Butcher, not within range, comes back for Nig. He fires from 21, short off the mark again. Taps no, the rebound, and Marion again. Full spot on the run. Runs by one man. Runs by another. Drive, fires, misses. Tap is good. The tip in by Kevin Joseph. His second field goal of the game. And a foul call. The basket counts. An offensive foul is called.
And we've got Kevin Thurston. He was down on his knees. He's limping a little bit, reminding us of that ankle, but he did retwist.
The foul is charged to Pearson. Give him the field goal. On a beautiful tip in after Colescott missed the driving layup. 14-7, Marion by 7. Nig on the left side. For Riggins and for Kenny Nig. He sets the screen. Here is the jumper by Butcher on the rim, and it rolls in. Bill Butcher has his first field goal of the game. He had only 8 this afternoon. Across the timeline on the fly. Holding up is Colescott on the left side for Harris. He hangs and fires, and he misses. The rebound of Loogootee. Butcher has it on the run. Across the timeline on the right side. Stutter step move into the key. Drops it back outside for Wall. Back out for Billy Butcher again. That's the Texas Wall at the high post, but they drop it back out for Kenny Nig, and now they work to the left side for Riggins. Back for Kenny Nig. For Bill Butcher. Now he sends Nig down to the near corner. Runs around the screen. Bounce pass baseline. Mattingly backs in and fires and has it blocked out of bounds. It'll go to Loogootee. He wheeled around at the baseline, but had the shot blocked out of his hands out of bounds.
And he had 3 white shirts on top of him that time with the likes of Lester and Harris and also Kevin Pearson.
Bill Butcher will inbound. Holding, lobs it at long range. Mattingly, now for Butcher, beat his man, drives, hangs, and blocks, and he walks it away. Butcher driving a baseline right side. Got his man in the air, beat him badly, and then shuffled his feet as he pulled up to take the shot. Colescott and Harris running in the backcourt for Marion. Up front, Pearson, Accord, and Bill Lester. This is Colescott, their all-state candidate to the right side. At long range, bounce to the right side for Accord. Inside for Pearson, whirls around his man. He hangs and fires and misses. And the rebound to Loogootee, and we got a whistle anyway. 3 seconds in the lane, I believe.
Pearson exhibiting a good move that time as we found ourselves a little bit of a flyer. Mark Riggins went way up into the air. Pearson finessing him. Loogootee, they were very, very tough on defense this afternoon, but they didn't fly and they weren't quite that over-aggressive.
14-9. Butcher looked at a shot and didn't take. Nig on the near side with it. Gives it up. Back for Nig again. Nig, bounce to the right side. Holding and looking. Here's the drive by Butcher. He spins back from the baseline and cannot fire. For Nig and now for Butcher again. He wants Nig to cut through. Nig circles to the left side. Pulls up, drops it back for Butcher from 21. Good enough. Rebound, Fluxworth. Tapped up on the glass. Rebound underneath. Put back up by Riggins and a whistle and a foul call. The foul charge to Pearson, I believe. Rob Accord. His first. That's team foul number 5. And to the line goes Mark Riggins, a 5'11 junior, averaging 5.6. 14-9. Marion by 5. 14-9 still, and that's the first free throw that Loogootee has missed this afternoon.
And that's the first free throw that Loogootee has missed since they faced Jasper in the regional.
This one is up and good, so they've got a new string going. They were 16-16 this afternoon from the free throw line. 14-10, Marion by 4. Accord dumps it inside. Pearson back, wheels, misses. The rebound, Clarkford knocked loose on the floor. Picked up, and on the run comes Butcher. One-on-one. He drives and walks with it.
The good thing that basket was missed that time because Wall was complete flat-out slipping, and the move was made on him underneath. It just as the old sleeping bear had been prodded from his hibernation, just like, what? Good Lord, there's a game going on.
Colescott for Accord from 20. Yes, sir. Bottom of the net. Rob Acord, his second field goal of the game. 16-10. 3:30 to play here in the first half. Out back. This is Butcher on the left side with it. Dumps it off. Butcher hangs the 20-footer up and got it. Billy Butcher has his second field goal of the ball game. 16-12 now. Marion by 4. Pulling up at long range. Cole Scott. Acord inside for Pearson. Wheels, fires, short off the rim. The rebound battle for the foul call. The foul is charged for Pearson, who came up over the back. And on Pearson, that's personal foul number 2. Team foul number 6.
Pearson coming up over the back that time as Wall, and Coach Butcher said in the end of the game news conference that if the ball comes to Wall, he'll grab it and he'll have it. He doesn't have great lateral movement. He can't go after it necessarily. He doesn't have as great lateral flexibility as the other members of the team. But if the ball is within his grasp, he's the one that's going to come down with it. Exceptionally strong ball player. This free throw by Wall is good. 16-13. Loogootee trailing by 3. Marion out in front. 3:08 remaining. He'll get the bonus shot.
Wall steps back to the free throw line. Cuts himself, pops the arm, pulls the trigger, missed it short off the rim. That's the second free throw they've missed since the Jasper the ball. They are now on the evening 3 of 5 from the free throw line. 16-13. Here's the jumper by Acord. It's off the mark. The pass no good. The rebound of Loogootee. Billy Butcher in the right place at the right side. Runs across the timeline on the left side. Circles back away from the defense. At the point, fires the 20-footer. Back of the rim is on. Taps up inside, and Pearson pulls the board for Marion. On the right side, Cole Scott. Bell high dribble. He gives it up for Acord, and back for Cole Scott again on the wing. Stop and go move. Fires the jumper and got it. Cole Scott with his third field goal of the game. 18-13. Marion by 5 again. Mig very slowly walks it across the timeline. Looks at the screen, tries to penetrate. Back outside for Butcher. Right side for Kenny Nig. Back up top for Butcher again. Billy the Kid to the left side. Mattingly baseline left. Now Riggins on the wing and back up for Butcher. Drives, feeds it off on the right side. Nig fires it up off balance, missed it. And the rebound in Marion. Nig with a cleanest look at the official as if to say, come on, they hit me. There's no foul call. A minute 51 inside, spinning and firing and not hitting. The rebound of Loogootee again. Outlet passes for Kenny Nig. The rebound that time by Mark Riggins. 18-13. I'm surprised, but the Lions are staying on the board pretty well with Marion. On the left side, Riggins. Baseline jumper is good.
Beautiful. That was 20-foot range.
Billy Butcher. Dead baseline left. A minute 25. Cole Scott. Up top with it for Harris. Left side, Cole Scott. Baseline, Acord. Back out front, Cole Scott penetrates, dumps the bounce off for Harris. He looks for running room. Left side for Lester. Jumper by Acord from 17. He got it. Rob Acord, his third field goal of the game. 20-15. Marion again by 5. On the left side. Now at the point for Nig. Couple of dribbles. Gives it up. Top of the key again. Back for Nig again. Inside. Mattingly. Dumps it out to Butcher from 17. Penny. Billy Butcher. His fourth field goal of the game. 20-17. With 31 seconds to play here in the first half. Back to the left side. Acord inside for Pearson. Wheels. Dumps it back out. The drive by Harris is up and not good. The counter is not good. And a foul ball. The foul called inside. As Harris rolls into the series, the foul is charged to Riggins, his second. Team foul number 6 in Loogootee here in the first half. At the free throw line will be Doug Harris, averaging 10.1 in the year, 6'5", or 6'3" senior. Has 4 points in the ball game and 2 assists from the line, and up in the 3 assists. Harris will have the bottom end of the one-on-one here. 34 seconds to play. Loogootee, despite the fact that they've been unable to hold the ball because they don't have the lead, have been able to hang close here. They're now by 4, and he wants to stretch it to 5 and go. Doug Harris at both ends. 33 seconds. Let's see if they place a run here. Nig on the left side. For Riggins. And now Good Butcher, back for Reagan, side of the key, mid, starts to penetrate, drives down the key, puts the pass up the layup, good again.
There it is. They took the time that time, and they were able to find it. Finding Wall underneath.
22 to 19 to 12 seconds. Full side, up top for A-Court. A-Court on the near side for Harris. Back for A-Court from 17, no. Field of the rim, rebound Loogootee. Just 3 seconds. Here's the drive. Butcher fires from 40 feet and misses every night. That's the end of the first half with a strike roll. This is the final half of basketball for the high schools here in the state of Indiana for 1974-75. Marion controls the third quarter tip, and across the timeline they come. To the left side, left it. Beats it down low and threw it away. Taylor right to the hands of Pearson. On the side of bounds belonging to Loogootee. Butcher, along with Kenny Mig in the backcourt, much free. Jack Butcher, the coach of Loogootee, has changed his strategy at all. Kenny Mig on the left side with it for Wiggins. Wiggins down low on the left side for Butcher. Cross court, Mig wheels into the lane, spins, dumps the bounce off. They're coming in for not only at the baseline, and it's stolen away. The Giants had it, full shot across the timeline. Drops it back for Lester. Lester to the top of the key, 15 feet away, wanted to shoot, didn't. Harris will, and hits it. Clark Harris, his first field goal of the second half, his second of the ball game, and his 8 points. Mig across the timeline. The Loogootee style of play, they cannot afford to get too far behind here. Butcher looked at his shot, dumps it back out for Mig. Top of the key with it, holding and looking. They work the perimeter again. Butcher sends Mig down low on the right side, and now he flippers around to the left side. Butcher stop and go Mig. Runs out to the right side and then flippers away from the defense. Holds and starts to drive again. Runs his man into the screen. Left side, they dump it off. Wiggins, back for Butcher. Mig on the right side. And unlike this afternoon when Mig was running the offense from the point, now there's Butcher looking for shooting room. Good bounce inside the wall, lost the ball away. Knocked loose on the floor and picked up by Marion again. Holding his head. Dumps the outlet pass ahead for a full stop. Full stop. Crooked from left to right. Here's across the top of the lane and drops the pass down. On the left side for Harris. Hangs, fires, short off the mark. Laps up once, no. Battle for the board underneath and a whistle and a foul call of Doug Harris. Of Marion, his second. And that is the team's first here in the second half. 24 to 19. The Giants of Marion. In front for 5. The biggest lead has been 5. Butcher walks the ball with a left-hand dribble at the belt across the timeline. Through the double range, he goes to the right side and pulls up. Left side for Riggins, baseline left for Marion. For Riggins, and around the horn they go. Butcher, stop and go move. They switch nicely defensively and shut him off. Butcher at long range, up above the hash mark on the left side. Riggins starts to drive, can't fire. Back out front again. Butcher looking for shooting room. Starts to drive again. Sends into traffic. Left side. Again for Riggins. Back up top once more. Holding and looking Butcher. Watching to set the screen point. Pass Walls he does. He runs to the baseline right side. Bounce underneath is a beauty and a layup good. Beautiful feed and a layup good by Ken Mattingly. His first field goal of the second half and his third of the ball game.
They're able to take the time to make it work that time. They're only down by 3. If they get down too much farther, will they be able to do it, though?
A-Court. Inside with it. Spinning around. Back out to full shot. Underneath in the lane. A wheeling shot is up and do it. Bill Lester. Wheeled across the lane. Took the feed and had the easy one. 26-21. Once again, Billy Butcher walks the ball across the timeline. Comes from the left side with it. Riggins looked at the shot from long range and did not take. Mig fires it from 21. No, set off the mark on the near side. And a rebound hauled down again by Marion. Rebound controlled by Harris and now Lester. On the dribble, walks it across the timeline to the right side. Veers back to the top of the key and holds up. Looking on the right side for A-Court. Inside, they got it to the big guy. Spins around, can't fire. Back for A-Court from 17. Yes, sir. Rod A-Court, his fourth field goal of the game.
Marion threatening now to blow the lid off this one, 28-21 with 4:38 remaining. They've got the hot hand so far.
Here's the long-range jumper by Butcher. Off the heel of the rim. The rebound takes down by Loogootee. Inside for Wall. Back for Billy Butcher again. Gets the pass off on the outside. Walking around is Riggins. Back for Butcher. Quickly from left to right. Dumps it off on the right side for Mig. Back outside for Butcher. Right side for Mattingly. Butcher. Stop and go move. Couldn't fire. Backs away from the defense again. Butcher sent it long range. Still wants to move. Hangs and fires from 21. Under rim and no good. Rebound a man again. The outlet passes ahead from Kevin Pearson. Full stop, runs across the timeline to the right side. He says, man, it's a baseline drive, and missed it. Half no. Rebound a man right side. Pearson put it back up and missed it again. But I wish he would have fouled. Pearson with a bloody performance, battling on the boards despite the bad ankle. Put it back up and Loogootee wants to tie out before we shoot the personal foul with the score. The Giants of Marion 28, Loogootee 21 with pause for 60 on WNS Pearson. He picked the ball back up and was fouled. The foul charge to Mark Wiggins, his third. First of the second half on Loogootee as a team. Pearson eyes the basket, packs the arm, it's on the way and on the rim and goes. Kevin Pearson with his first point of the second half and his fifth of the ball game. 29-21. Marion threatening to really take off and run away at high. On the way, on the rim and not good. Rebound to Loogootee. Mattingly clears the ball. Leaves it for Butcher. Butcher begins a slow walk and now it's caught for the timeline. On the dribble left side for Kenny Nigg. Nigg backs away from the defense and at very long range shovels it off. Butcher back for Nigg again. On the right side with it. Holding and looking Wiggins. Back outside. Circling to the left side. Nigg back for Butcher. Tries to run his man into the screen. It won't work. Goes up at the baseline. Backs away. Sends it inside. The wheel inside in the lane is not good. And a whistle. And what do we got here? I think one official wanted a goaltender.
Well, I would certainly think so because we had two white arms up there banging against the rim and pulling on the net. I don't know. The officials are coming over now to talk to the scorers.
Giving the field goal, I saw that indication.
That is correct. And now we're going to send Mattingly to a charity strike. 29-23. Marion out in front of Loogootee. 3:26 remaining here. Butcher handling the ball for a change. It has been Kenny Nigg. It was Kenny Nigg in the first ball game and for most of the first half, but now Billy Butcher's the one that's calling the shot. He's the floor general. Mattingly's shot is up. It's spinning around and no good.
The rebound hauled down by Marion. Colescott flies across the timeline on the right side. For Acord, got his man in the air. Jumper up, jumper good. Rob Acord answering back quickly. 31-23. Billy Butcher on the left side for Nigg. Baseline left for Riggins. Back outside for Nigg again. Nigg circles to the right side for Butcher. Drops it off and takes the return pass. Butcher looking for the screen. Nothing doing. Back up top for Nigg, who works from right to left to the right-hand dribble. Back for Butcher. They cut the screen again. Butcher runs to the right side and then backs away again. Butcher for Kenny Nigg. Looking for some kind of penetration, and they're just not finding it now. Butcher, top of the key for Kenny Nigg. Nigg back up top for Butcher. Butcher stutter step move at the top down for Nigg. Baseline left, Mattingly throws the shot up, leans inside, and an offensive foul is called. Then Mattingly leaning inside, got the shot away. It was a rough shot. And then crashed into the defensive man. An offensive foul, that's 3 on Mattingly. 31-22. And Loogootee must put some kind of defensive pressure on and get the ball back here. Near steal, out back. On the left side, Colescott. Acord, beat his man again. Fires to 15, put her in and out, no good. The rebound battled for and a jump ball call.
For sure, the man was beat that time. Mark Wiggins was the defender, and he went flying up into the air, legs and feet flailing. As Loogootee is getting a little bit frantic, shall we say, to get a hold of that basketball.
I got to take it back. It was not a foul. He jumped ball. He gave that as the first indication, and now says personal foul charge to Kevin Pearson coming up over the back on the rebound. 31-23. Loogootee needs a basket badly here. Butcher to the right side with a belt high dribble. Drops it back outside for Nigg. Back for Butcher again. Trying to run his man into the screen. Better stepped outside, still in the dribble. Still wanting to move and can't find running room. Back for Nigg. Nigg flips it cross court. Holding his Wiggins. Back up top for Kenny Nigg. Now for Butcher. About 25 feet away. On the left side for Nigg. And once again for Wiggins. Back for Nigg again. Circling from left to right. Now around the perimeter on the right side on the wing. Butcher runs into traffic, goes all the way to the baseline left, spins around and has to come back out with it. Colescott playing a very good defense on it. Right side Riggins. He can't fire and free himself. Leaks it back outside. Butcher with Colescott all over him man-to-man. Stop and go move. Runs to the left side with a dribble drive. He still can't fire. Puts it inside for Wall. Back outside for Nigg. Kenny to the right side. Nearly threw it away. Chased down by Riggins. Riggins looks across court. Here's the jumper by Butcher off the heel of the rim. He forced the shot in a hurry and the rebound to Marion. 31-23. Quickly down is Harris. Drops it back outside for Lester and now it's Colescott. Colescott on Butcher. Stop and go move, fires the jumper, hit it. David Colescott, his first field goal of the second half. 33 to 23, a 10-point Marion lead.
Inside and outside. They can get it inside if they can get it into Lester. If they can get it into Acorn or Pearson. They've got a short two. They're headed to the outside. The shot is up and no good. The rebound comes down to Marion.
Quickly running across the timeline on the right side. Harris fires short off the mark. The rebound inside to Pearson. Back up and good. Kevin Pearson following the missed shot by Harris. 35 to 23. We're in the third period, 29 seconds to play. And Loogootee will play for one, I would think. Although they need more than that to get back into this thing. At long range, Billy Butcher. On the right side for Nig. Nig, couple of dribbles. Now on the right side again. Holding is Riggins. Left side for Nig with 10 seconds. Fires the shot and hit it. 35-25. 4 seconds. 3, 2, and a whistle. And a blocking foul in backcourt. And the foul is charged to Bill Butcher.
There's a foolish foul. I don't think that there's a coach in this building, and Lord knows there's a lot of them here tonight that would encourage, well, a foul to begin with, but would encourage a foul to take place on the opposite side of the timeline, into the backcourt. Some 50 feet away from the opposing basket.
Colescott on the left side for Acorn. He fires. He missed it off the heel of the rim. And that's the end of the third period.
Championship. It is within their grasp. Loogootee, they've got a 10-point deficit to recover if they'd like to take it down to Southern Indiana with them.
Here we go with the fourth and final step here at Market Square Arena. Wall steps in against Kevin Pearson. Officials ready, and there's the tap controlled by, once again, Marion. Colescott comes up with it in backcourt. Walks it into forecourt across the timeline. Shovels it off on the right side for Harris, and now Acorn. Acorn on the far side, dumps it for Pearson, tapped away from him, he got it back. Playing on that bad ankle, flips the ball back outside for Harris, and now for Lester. Both ball clubs have gone with just 5 men. Here's a steal. Looped ahead for Butcher. He drives, fires, scores. Billy Butcher on the driving layup. 35 to 27. Full court pressure being put on by Loogootee. Running across the timeline. And a whistle and a foul called on Mattingly on the far side as Colescott ran by him. Mattingly was beaten, and he just threw his body out and got a piece of Colescott as he went by him. Colescott, the official walks over to check on something with the official score, and it probably was to find out whether they were in the 1-and-1, and they're not. Colescott will inbounds on the far side. Triggers it in and has it for Lester. Colescott near the timeline. Loogootee frantic on defense now. On the left side, Harris slapped away from him. He got it back. Down low on the left side. Back outside for Harris. And a whistle and a foul again. Reaching in, stabbing at the ball is Mattingly again, and that's 4 on Mattingly.
And we're going to find our first substitution of the ball game. We've gone 3 quarters without one. Now coming into the Loogootee lineup to replace Mattingly will be Dave Strange, 6'1", 165-pound forward, and David is a sophomore.
Really, that's the first real substitution that Loogotee's made. They did empty their bench when they had the big lead on Columbus North, but other than that, the 5 guys who started this afternoon started tonight and have gone all the way.
So wins the whole trip.
Here's the free throw by Harris. It's good. Bud Harris.
And every free throw, every point that expands this lead for Marion gives them just an even greater cushion, even greater than can be looked at in the first place, because the thing that Loogootee does best is hold the basketball. Second free throw is good, too. Again, 10-point margin, 37-27. The thing Loogootee does best is hold the basketball, and obviously they can't afford to.
Here's Billy Butcher from 21, way off the mark to the right side. Tapped up once, and the rebound of Marion. Ball down by Pearson. Pearson looks at the official. He wanted a foul call, but there was none. Colescott runs into heavy traffic. Kane fires, misses. Air ball rebounded by Acorn. He misses. Rebound by Pearson. Back up and good. Kevin Pearson with his 4th field goal. 39 to 27. Marion out back. Nig fires from long range, and he has nothing but net. I'll tell you, he doesn't shoot often, but he's been most accurate when he has shot.
Well, I think he's the man that should be putting it in the air and not Billy Butcher. The fact that he's an all-state candidate, the boy keeps throwing the ball in the air, but he hasn't been hitting.
Colescott up top at the point on the near wing with it for Harris. Baseline right. Lester starts to drive. He's it back outside. Colescott got his man in the air, runs down the boulevard, slapped away from him, and a whistle and a foul called on Billy Butcher. On Butcher, personal foul number 2. Reaching in on Colescott. 39-29, a 10-point lead for the Giants of Marion. Getting to become the 65th Indiana State High School basketball champion. 6:21 to play here in the fourth and final period. Colescott at the line. Cocks the arm, pulls the trigger, and got it. Colescott now has 9 points in the game.
And now something that I'd even jotted it down on my pad. You hadn't even looked over here yet, Neil. Mike Wagner coming in to replace Billy Butcher. Wagner, another underclassman. His sophomore, 5'9", 145 pounds, giving up a little bit of height there. Bill 6'2". Wagner, as I say, is only 5'9". Second free throw is good, 41-29. But Butcher is in foul trouble, and he has not been hitting. He's been extremely cold. Has not had a good second half at all.
Here's the jumper, misses at the other end, the rebound of Loogootee. Inside, I'll tell you something. I do believe that they put that up at their own basket. At the line will go Loogootee. And a timeout called here with 6:09 before we go to the free throw line. Score, Marion 41, Loogootee 29, and we pause for 1 minute. The bucket misses. Greens will have another one as he was in the act of shooting. Butcher comes back on, and Wagner comes off.
Well, that certainly wasn't short-lived.
And I think what he wanted to do probably was get him to sit down for a minute, rest, and kind of settle down. I think he might have been forcing his shot a little bit. Here's the second one up by Strange. It's good. 41-30, an 11-point lead. They've led by as many as 12. The full court pressure being put on by Loogootee. Looking and looking and looking and looking, and finally slips across the timeline for Acord. Acord back cross court with it for Lester. Bounce pass out back for Colescott. Colescott dumps it on the far side for Harris. Baseline left for Lester. Starts to move. Back for Colescott. And now they can play Loogootee's game. Colescott drives on the glass. No good. Tap. No. Tap again. No. Yes. The tip in. It's Pearson. His fifth field goal of the ball game. Butcher veers to the right side as he clears the timeline. For Nig and back for Butcher. Now for Nig at the top of the key. On the left side. Here's the jumper on the way, and Butch. Mark Riggins has his first field goal of the game. 43-32. And he was instrumental this afternoon in the win over Columbus North. Colescott runs down toward the baseline on the left side. High post for Harris. 15-footer short off the mark. Tap no. Tapped up in the air again. Tapped up in the air again, and chased down finally by Loogootee. Swing chased it down just in front of him. Butcher on the right side. 43-32. Stutter step, stop, and go outside. Back for Nig. He fires the 25-footer air ball. He missed everything, and a rebound to Acord. Underneath, the outlet pass for Colescott. Double team. There's the timeline and pulls up. Right side with it. Lester. Back out for Colescott. Colescott. On the right side for Lester. Spins away from his man out back and drops it off for Colescott. Around the horn on the perimeter, the left side for Harris. Back for Colescott again. Colescott holds above his head and comes from the near side for Harris. At long range. Inside high post. Lester runs through traffic and then pulls up and gives up the dribble. Puts it inside. This is Harris. Harris back out front for Colescott at long range. 4:26 to play in the game. 43-32. Acord baseline right. The drive by Pearson. The shot is good. And a foul call. Pearson the field goal. His sixth. And the foul charge to Strange, his first. 45-32. And now it is Marion doing exactly what Loogootee would like to be doing. And that is just simply holding the ball and forcing Loogootee to make the mistake. He starts to run through traffic. Colescott jumps it ahead and a walking ball. Well, I can see the hardware across the floor there, the championship trophy that is emblematic of the state championship here in Indiana. Wagner on the left side. Wagner pulls up, back up top for Butcher from 21 again. Got it. Nothing but net.
And it's about time because he's been setting an awful lot of miscued shots, air balls, off to the side shots up the second half.
Colescott with a great feed. The layup scored by Acord. Acord with a super feed. And Acord holds his hand up in appreciation of his teammate's fine pass. 48-34. The jumper up by Wagner off the heel of the rim. The rebound of Wagner to Marion, and they walk with it. Lester had the long rebound about at the free throw line and took 3 steps before he put it on the floor. 48-34. 3 minutes and 32 seconds remain to be played here in the championship game for 1975. Wagner at long range. Circles to the right side. Up top for Butcher. He might want another one. There she goes. He missed it. Thrown off the rim. And the rebound of Marion again. Marion dominating the boards now defensively. And Loogootee getting one shot and one shot only. Out back for Harris. Doug Harris. Runs by one man. Cross court with it for Lester. Back up top for Colescott. Colescott over the head of Wagner. Cross court again for Lester. Lester holds. Starts to run into the key. Drops it back for Colescott. Dumps the pass. A great feed inside. The shot is good. But a whistle and a foul. I don't believe they'll count it. The foul called at the baseline before they could get the shot away.
Blocking foul on Walls that time. That is going to be his fourth. He is in foul trouble. Colescott going to the free throw line.
Colescott has had 2 brilliant quarters here in the second half. His floor game has been really superb. Here's the free throw. Up and on the rim and not good. The rebound of Loogootee. They have to hurry. They trail by 14. Nig runs down the right side, feeds it off. The shot is up and no good, and a whistle and a foul call. Strange got the shot up on the glass, but just barely, and was hammered. So Strange will go to the free throw line. Rattles around and falls in. Strange is 2 of 3 from the charity stripe now. 48-35. Loogootee down by 13 with 2:52 to play in the game. Market Square Arena, downtown Indianapolis. Second one on the way, and good again. Strange line drives it up and in. 48-36. Cross court, this is Lester, clears the timeline for Colescott, and now they can afford to just hang on to the ball and make Loogootee come out and foul. Colescott runs into traffic, jumps it underneath, swinging shot in the lane by Pearson is good, and he's fouled. Kevin Pearson with a nifty move in the lane, and is fouled in the process, and a chance for the three-point play, and it's all over now. Walls was the man who committed the foul, and he is fouled out. He had a brilliant game this afternoon, but he leaves tonight with only 5 points.
Coming out of the game, Walls will be checking out. Into it to replace him,
Paul Hildebrand.
Hildebrand. Again, you get out of that top 3 or 4 players, and you get into very, very low scoring potential. Hildebrand not even averaging 3 points per game on the year.
The free throw is missed, and quickly Loogootee down the other way. Butcher has to come out for Nig. Back for Butcher. From 21, yes. Bill Butcher suddenly has found the range, but it's too late. 50-38 with 2:18 to play. Here's a steal in backcourt by Nig. He drives into traffic, wheels toward the basket, and a whistle and a foul called out back. As he ran through 2 men, somebody reached in and grabbed him. The foul is charged to Bill Lester, his third, and to the free throw line goes Kenny Nig. Nig with 2 field goals, both coming in the second half. He was scoreless in the first half.
Walls also fouling out. He's going to take away some of the rebounding powers that Loogootee has. He's the number 2 rebounder. He's picked off 127 bounds so far this year. The first free throw is good. He'll get a bonus shot. 50-39 to score.
Doubling back in, Kenny Nig again. Up and good again. 50-40, a 10-point lead. It could be done, but it would take a miracle. 2:12 to play in the game. Pass tapped away out of bounds, and it's going to belong to Marion again. Lester will inbound. The official tells Nig to give him room. And Loogootee pressing all over the floor. And it comes for Colescott. Colescott looking down the floor, dumps it ahead. Got it for Doug Harris. Harris dumps it down left side for Lester. Lester threw it away inside, nearly stolen. It is stolen, and a whistle and a foul called on Pearson. On Kevin Pearson, that is personal foul number 4. And will walk to the other end. 2 minutes exactly to play, and if they could do it, it would really be something.
This would be one barn-burning basketball game if they could do it, but that's the big word, if. 10 points in 2 minutes, all that it's got to take for Marion to get a hold of the ball and to decide to virtually shut on it. First shot bounced around.
ball goes through. Hildebrand is 1 of 1 now from the charity stripe. Another one will trim the lead down to 8 points, with 2 minutes exactly showing on the big scoreboard here in Market Square. Hildebrand again, cocks and fires and got it again. Down to an 8-point lead. Against the full court press again. Slapped away by Butcher and stolen. Quickly ahead for Nick. In the key, layup is no good. Tapped up outside and recovered by Loogootee. Thrown away, tapped out of bounds. It's going to go to the line.
Kenny Nick blowing that easy layup, point-blank range, laid it up just a little too easy, banged it off the front side of the rim. 50-42, that Nick is going to be inbounding it on the near side.
A minute 50 to play. And it comes. Out back for Butcher. Runs his man, spins around him into the key. For Nick, who throws it up from 20 and missed it. The rebound, nobody out of bounds.
And we got a whistle underneath. The foul has been called. It's a pushing foul, and believe that it's going to be charged against Mark Riggin. That's 4 on Mark.
Fourth personal foul on Riggin, and we'll walk to the other end here. Well, if Lig had been able to get the layup to 4 points, they'd have been right back in this thing with a minute 40 to play. And a couple of free throws here. 2 free throws coming up for Marion. If they get these, it could be all over. Pearson steps to the line. 50-42. Trying to send his ball up back to a 10-point lead. Eyes the bucket. It's on the way, and he got it. Pearson is 3 of 3 from the charity stripe. The second one upcoming. Marion, a minute and 40 seconds away from becoming the 66th high school basketball champions here in Indiana. Again, he delivers from the free throw line. He got it. Pearson 4 of 4. 52-42. Butcher out back. Stutter step. Dribble drive to the base. Hangs and fires and missed it. The rebound popped outside. Chased down by Riggin. Out back for Nick. Right side for Butcher. Beat his man. Tapped away. Got it back. Wheels inside and fires and missed it again off the mark. The tap up again. Nick has the board, but a whistle and a foul call. The foul, I believe, is charged to James. Well, check it. It's not going to be. He's going to be the man to shoot it.
Butcher was playing like a wild man that time. All he wanted to do is get that basketball in the air. I think we know the situation is desperate for Loogootee. 52-42, the minute 22 remaining. Marion's got to call timeout, but Butcher has been just rapid fire, bad shot selection. He hasn't bothered to get himself set up. He just wants to get the basketball in the air. He's a right-handed shooter, and he's overpowering it. It took him off to his left and missing the basket entirely.
There's a minute 22 to play here, and the Marion crowd across the way from it. Something victory right now.
Security guards now lining themselves up in the sitting position here to make sure that people don't get out on the floor when they go into the net cutting ceremonies and also into the presentation of the trophies.
The only guy I know who won't wait his turn is you.
Oh, that's for sure. I don't care. I'm not proud.
Did you read the press notice? They said, don't
the press
notice these people now.
Don't bother up people.
I don't care what your Uncle Butte turkey you could do.
Hey, Uncle Butte. Yeah, but he grinds good feed, though. Uncle Butte grinds good feed.
All right, the timeout. And now to the free throw line, Dave Stein. Dave Stein from the free throw line of the year is 24 of 35, a 686% shooter. On the way to the first one. Rimmed it in and out. The rebound of Marion. This is Lester, has it slapped away, and this one a foul called immediately. Pushing foul in back court. As that's all really the Lions can do now. They need the ball badly. The foul charge to Mark Wiggins, and that's 5 on Wiggins. Now he will join his teammate Walls on the bench.
Wiggins and Walls both out of the game. They both are averaging 5.6 points per game. Also, the 26 games, the 27 games that Loogootee had won. If Coach Butcher wants to dip in, Dave Stearns and Mike Wagner are the only ones that have played regularly in all of the other games. Here we go to some less tried and proven ball players.
Free throw was missed, and on the ensuing attempt for the rebound, a personal foul called. And the foul charge to Rod Newport, his second personal foul of the game. So now it's a parade to the free throw lines, and we'll walk to the other end. Stepping to the line will be Hildebrand. Hildebrand on the year, 7 of 15 and a 467% shooter. He averaged 2.6 over the course of the year. A What are your 10 to the line? 27-1 right now. But in danger here, becoming 27-2. Free throw is good. Marion, a ball club that has been quite highly rated and quite highly favored going into practically every game they played this season. Loogootee in the second, generally in the second 10. Second free throw is up, and that one is good. Loogootee managed to fit into the second 10, but never able to cross into the top 10 in the rating. 52-44. Out back, a near steal, and a double dribble. Well, the lead is down to 8 with 1:12, and it's still possible. But I guess you've got to be from Loogootee and really believe that it is possible. In it comes for Wagner. Back for Butcher. Runs his man into the screen, slips it back for Wagner. Wagner, back for Butcher. They need to put it up. He does. He hooked it again and missed it. The rebound tap is on the rim and not good. The battle for the board, recovered by Loogootee. Wagner has it. Baseline left, drive, flips it cross court. The driving side is up by Nig and good. Nig has the field goal. His third, and now they are frantic defensively. 48 seconds to play. Acord drops it back for Colescott. Drives, hooks it cross court. Pearson backs out of trouble, and a whistle and a foul call. Hildebrand reached in and hooked his arm around him. 52-46 with 41 seconds. If he would miss this one, the front end of the 1-and-1, it would still be possible.
This is the type of thing that the pressure is on Marion right now, and I surely would not want to be. The young man standing out there at that free throw line right now with over 17,000 fans, not to mention the folks that are listening and watching the game on Picture Radio, waiting to see.
Here is the first free throw. Pearson in the 1-and-1. It's up, and it's around, and it finally drops. Now, that may have put the icing on it. Pearson, 5 of 5 from the charity stripe, and he'll have the back end, and he's got a smile on his face now. Had that not dropped,
we could have had ourselves a real barn burner, not to say that we haven't. 53-46. Pearson sets her up.
he is on the way with shot number 2 and got it. 6 of 6. 54-46. Butcher to the left side. Spins back toward the right, looking for running room. Bounce on the right side for Wagner. Outside for Nig. Starts to drive, fires the jumper up and off the rim. The rebound and a whistle and a foul call. The rebound to Lester, and the foul is charged to Hildebrand as they collided going after the loose ball. 54-46. 28 seconds to play, and there's just no way now. The Marion fans across the way are jubilant, and the Loogootee fans down to our left are still standing, and they've got a right to be proud of this ball club.
Well, we're only going to see a couple of substitutions now coming into the lineup for Marion. First of all, Craig Bumbaugh, a senior, is checking in. Also, Mike Flynn. Flynn was one of the, he was the number 6 man this afternoon. Also coming in, Joe Neal checks in, is off to the sideline now. Kevin Pearson getting a hug from Coach Bill Green, sensing that second state championship, reminiscent of 1969 when he brought Big Mac into Hinkle and won it. 28 seconds, 54-46. Marion on top of Loogootee.
At the free throw line, once again, is Mr. Pearson. Eyes the bucket, it's on the way, and he got it. Rather, Lester, not Pearson, Bill Lester. And he has his third point of the ball game.
There's only going to be one ball player coming back from this team of the starting 5, and that's Dave Colescott. All the rest of them, Harris, Lester, Acord, and Pearson, are all seniors. They're going to be leaving.
Lester's second one is on the rim and good. He will come out now, and he gets a slap, and he'll get a hug, too. Because Marion is going to be the 65th winner of the Indiana State High School basketball tournament some 28 seconds from now. Lobbed in for Butcher. He runs down the left side. Stutter step, stop, and go to the baseline left. Pulls up, drops it back for Wagner. Wagner runs to the right side. Pulls up, pops it up, and misses it badly off the glass. The rebound hauled down. Looping pass quickly down, and a layup is no good. The rebound underneath is put back up and good with 11 seconds. The layup by Jackson. And a timeout called now, and I'll tell you why they called the time. The timeout called by Jack Butcher just so he could insert 5 new players, and Colescott leaps into the arms of Acord, and the Marion fans are berserk right now.
And we've got the traditional smuggleable white tissue flying upon the field now, or out onto the floor. The screamers, Marion cheerleaders taking over on their end. The officials trying to clear it off, and now we've got
rice and sawdust. And,
Lord Almighty.
It'll take us a few minutes here. You'd think that you could play the last 26 seconds in 26 seconds. It's going to take us about 30 minutes to get it played here.
Yeah, we've got quite a mess out there right now at center court as the trainers in Marion and also some of the officials are out there trying to get the rice up. I don't know. I was always thought that throwing rice is sort of a pagan fertility ritual. I don't know what that has to do with high school basketball.
Pagan
Yes, indeed. Oh, yes, indeed.
That is almost as bad as your war story.
No. This is for real.
A pagan fertility rite?
We could expand upon that a little bit further, but I'm afraid we can't do that on the radio. At least not on a sports broadcast. When they put me on here, they said, Bob, for crying out loud, whatever you do, don't say something that you'd say in the morning.
Or talk about pagan fertility rite.
Well, it is.
58-46, in case you're wondering. We're at Market Square, and across the way, the Giants are number one as the signs and banners come out. They lead by 12 with just 6 seconds to play, and we're trying to get the floor cleaned up so we can get those last 6 seconds in.
And the Loogootee fans shouting, we're number 2. They're proud of that also with a 27-2 record that they'll be wrapping up with. Actually, you could probably say 27-1. That one was a 2-0 forfeit. It still marks against them, but it was a forfeit for a noble reason. They had a great deal of difficulty in a game with Shoals, and they forfeited it to avoid any further problems.
Here's the final 6 seconds. The jumper put up by Loogootee, no good. Jackson with a rebound, knocked to the floor, and a whistle with 1 second. It's not over yet, fellas.
It's not over yet, and we've got screamers and fans again, and more rice.
Jackson was hammered as he went up for the rebound, and we'll walk to the other end, and the crowd beginning to mill out onto the floor. But with 1 second left, Jackson is going to get his picture in more newspapers across the state of Indiana tomorrow than anybody else. If he was an actor, he couldn't have staged this any better. 1 second of play, everybody crowded around that basket support. Marion about to be the 65th Indiana State High School basketball champions, and Jackson steps to the line. The flash bulbs will really pop here. And listen to this crowd if he hits it. Listen to him anyway. 58-46. Jackson eyes the bucket. It's up. It's on the rim. He missed it. The follow is no good. That's the ball game. Marion wins the state championship. You believe this?
Oh, it's a cross between Christmas time and New Year's in Times Square as the cheerleaders from Marion running out and grabbing the players. Managers, trainers, there's a lot of people going to get wet after this one. State police keeping the general fans off the playing floor. The final score, Marion 58, Loogootee 46. It's over in Market Square Arena, and Marion is the 1975 Indiana High School basketball champion. We'll be back with a recap in just a moment.
A sunny offer from Indianapolis Morris Plan. Instant interest, a higher 6.5% interest a year, and an instant gift. The gift of instant weather, always at your fingertips. Free, a 24-hour push-button weather reporter. The handsome wood-grain finish for table or desk with push-button instant weather reports and forecasts directly from the U.S. Weather Bureau.
Area forecast. Partly cloudy and warmer.
Free at Morris Plan for a short time only, and just one to a family. Free when you open a new 6.5% one-year certificate at Indianapolis Morris Plan with $1,000 or more. What's it going to be like for the Little League game at 5, or golf Saturday, or is a storm brewing tonight? Well, predict a sunny future for yourself with savings. Earn Morris Plan's instant interest, 6.5% interest a year, and have instant weather reports at your fingertips.
Area forecast. Partly cloudy.
First and second place trophy, of course, to the Lions of Loogootee, and then the championship trophy will be presented to the Giants of Marion. Here is the way the scoring went. First for the Lions of Loogootee. Bill Butcher had 14 points, all from the field, 7 field goals. Kenny Nigg, 3 field goals, 2 free throws, 8, all in the second half. Mike Walls, a pair of field goals, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, and 5 in a ball game. He had all 5 in the first half. Mark Riggins, a field goal and a free throw and 3. Ken Mattingly, 4 field goals, 1 free throw, and a total of 9 in the game. Strange had 3 of 4 from the charity stripe and 3. And Hildebrand, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, and a total of 4. The leading scorer then for Loogootee, as he has been all year, Bill Butcher, who had 14 in the ball game. I was just trying to figure here, 1, 2, 3.